I'm on a mission to find the best Football Manager new gen of all time. Players submitted by you guys, like this guy here. He's pretty good. I've got a feeling we're going to find some absolutely incredible players, and you've already sent me so many, so let's get into it. Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about the best new gens that we've ever had in our Football Manager games. I've asked for you guys to submit them. In fact, I put out this Google form and asked you guys to respond with your best ever new gens. We've got plenty of responses, 21 responses of amazing Football Manager new gens from the past. We're going to look at as many of them as we possibly can in today's video, and probably some future videos as well. And together, my aim is to create an 11 of the best ever FM new gens, and then I can put the save file out and you can go and play with them if you want to. I think that could be a lot of fun, but I'm just really interested in finding these best ever new gens. We start with a goalkeeper new gen by the name of Francisco Alonso, courtesy of Beyond. Beyond, thank you for sending in Francisco. He looks like a very capable goalkeeper. Now, I'm not quite sure how we're going to rate these, how we're going to collate them into a team. Really, I need your guys' help. I need you in the comments down below to tell me. Maybe I'll make a list of all of the players that we look at, maybe with some screenshots or something, and then you guys can rate them, and then together we'll work out which ones the best ones were over all of the videos that we do like this. Hopefully this is the type of thing that you want to see on the channel. I think this is my vibe of video at the moment. I really enjoy looking at your guys' stuff in your saves. So Francisco Alonso is first up. Now, I've asked Beyond and you guys too, give me a little bit of a description about these players as we go through. And this is Beyond's description. He says, his name is Francisco Alonso, a Spanish goalkeeper who has played for us for 7 years. And yep, you can see he did play for them for 7 years here. The average ratings actually, especially for a goalkeeper, are very solid here. I especially like the fact that he's managed to sign him for £9 million. I think that's actually what he mentioned in here. Yeah, he's the best goalkeeper on the planet and was signed for only £9 million from Cadiz in 2048-49. This is quite a long save. This is an FM23 save that's been ported over to FM24, which is a cool feature. I still like the fact that you can do that, right? Especially for videos like this, it makes it really helpful. He's made 225 appearances in one of the best periods of success during the save, with him winning 4 Bundesliga titles and 2 German Super Cups. If we go to his milestones, you can see some of the competitions that he's won here, look, which I suppose is going to be an important part of these new gens. Do they have to have the success? It's a bit like the Ballon d'Or, isn't it? They have to have the success, but also the ability. So we need to look at their attributes as well as the things that they've won. So he was relegated with Cadiz. Then he got his first international cap. He's won the Bundesliga, Champions League runner-up. Did he win the Champions League? See, I don't think he did. Does that bring him down in marks? I think it might do, especially when we maybe look at other goalkeepers that have been submitted. First up, though, a very worthy first entry, Francisco Alonso. What do you make of him? Let me know in the comments down below, and let's move through to new gen number 2. Oh, before we go to new gen number 2, I'm just going to jump in and say thank you so much for all the support recently. We've gone past 60,000 subscribers, 61k now. My next aim, I feel like we should go big, 75k. You guys are going to need to help me with that though. But if you are enjoying the content, if you like these videos, if you want to see more, please do subscribe. Leave a like on it too. And like I say, leave those comments down below. I do need your help to work out which of these players are the best. You know me, we're not going to do some proper criteria and add together all of their attributes and work out their PA and CA. We're going to look at which ones look the best and then vibe. So please help. Let's get into new gen number 2. Okay, so next up, I've picked out another goalkeeper because I feel like let's be able to compare them. So I've got Gio's best new gen here, and his name is Oki Hashimoto, and he's a goalkeeper, only 23 years old in this save, which is in 2039. Again, this is on FM24, so relatively recent, maybe some recency bias on there. I do feel like if we go back to some older FMs, we're going to find some even more wild new gens because maybe it was less balanced. I feel like we used to get more 20s in attributes, right? And maybe that's my nostalgia kicking in for that one. But we have here Oki Hashimoto, a 6'1" Japanese goalkeeper playing for Leicester City in 2039, signed for, and this is important, £2 million before. He's only had 2 seasons there. In the first season, only a 6.88. Yeah, he's very good. Like, I will say his attributes look fantastic. Some of these goalkeeping ones, the communication, kicking one-on-ones, reflexes, throwing. He's good. He's not massive, which I always look for in a goalkeeper. The jumping reach is only 14, aerial reach 15, which is, I mean, it's good, isn't it? It's not terrible, but it's not, he's not 20 and 20 on there, which maybe I'd be looking for. And he didn't have an amazing first season. So are we marking him down on that one? Not sure. He definitely looks really good, though. Definitely worthy of celebrating. I don't know. Who's better out of the two goalkeepers so far? Who would make our dream 11? Or do you have a better goalkeeper that you need to go and submit? The link to the submission form is in the description of today's video. I'll also put it in the pinned comment in case you can't navigate your way to the description. Please do continue to submit players because I want to do more of these videos, basically, right? Because I think they're fun. Oki Hashimoto, what do we think? Let me know in the comments down below. Oh, let me just check. And I don't think this is going to be the case because he's only just been here, but he did win the FA Cup whilst being at Leicester. I'm not sure how important that is, and I suppose he was pretty successful when he was playing in South Korea here. But anyway, just thought I would mention that. Any awards in here? Team of the Weeks and things, nothing major. So yeah, let's move through to the next one. Moving through then to our first outfield new gen, and it's a right back. It has been submitted by Pierre. Thank you, Pierre, for making us go back to FM19 and having a look at this game skin. It's quite, now you compare it to FM24, it's very purple, isn't it? Anyway, that's not what we're concentrating on here. What we are concentrating on is how good Andrei Paredes is. This right back playing in 2026 for Manchester City, a Romanian international with amazing physicals. Now, Pierre does point out that the best thing about Andrei Paredes is his physical attributes. All of them are above 15. In fact, all of them are above 16 except for natural fitness, which is 15. He's also tall at 190 centimeters. I've gone back on an old game. It's not showing me it in feet, but that's tall, right? I think we can all agree on that. 16 acceleration, 16 pace, but amazing strength, amazing balance, 19. Great jumping reach. He's going to win headers too, which I love. Of course, you know this. He's got great defensive attributes in tackling, 15, 16, marking. But I think the piece de resistance with Andrei Paredes is going to be the fact that he's a new gen fullback, wing back with good crossing. 15 crossing on a guy with these physicals. It is a little bit of a golden goose. You don't find these too often, do you? He's also got good dribbling and really good passing as well. I really like him. I think he's a strong candidate to make our best ever 11. Let me know what you think of him in the comments down below. And also, he does have a pedigree in terms of competition wins too. If we go to his milestones, he has won the Champions League, the Super Cup, the Premier League, the Community Shield, that's the big one, and also the Premier League again. He's won things. I don't think he's won any individual awards. I don't know if we're going to see our first Ballon d'Or until we get to maybe some of the more attacking players. That seems to be the way, doesn't it? But he did win Defender of the Season in the Champions League. He did get into the Manchester City Best 11, the overall Best 11 as well, which must be pretty good. He's got loads of caps for Romania. 58 of them, look, scored 5 goals. Pierre actually mentions as well that he's prone to scoring a wonder goal when the team needs it, which is always good, isn't it? Great technicals across the board. Professional mentality. Fairly professional, it says here, look. And he's also consistent. So if you went into his coach report, the fact that he's also consistent is going to be a good... I'm not sure what I've clicked on there. If you went into his report somewhere, wherever it might be on this particular game, he's consistent too. What are his average ratings, actually? Let's maybe just check that. Yeah, all above a 7. He's been here signed for 7 million. What a bargain that is. 7.3 in his first season. 7.31 from right back. Yeah, this guy's good. I like him a lot. What do you think of him? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's move through. Let's see if we've got any other defenders to compare him to. Okay, so we're back into the safety of the slightly less retina scarring skin of FM24 for our next new gen. And his name is Nikols Filipovsky, submitted by Jacob. Jacob, thank you for sending in this absolute worldie here. I appreciate this guy. And I hope you guys appreciate this guy even more because he's from an obscure nation. I think the best new gens are always from the more obscure nations. No, I feel like it adds something to them. Either way, this man here is from North Macedonia and he was at Jacob's Munster team in Germany, where he was then sold on for £89 million. So we've got a new gen that doesn't play for the manager's team anymore, but you've got this huge profit on him from signing him for 3.1 million, playing him for 4 seasons. And to be honest, his average ratings weren't amazing. Maybe that's because of where they were in the league and how they were doing. Also, maybe a result of his position and that he wasn't quite fully developed at this stage. He's gone on to have some really good average ratings whilst at AC Milan, and I think he's been winning things at AC Milan as well. If we go to his milestones, yeah, he's won the Serie A, he's won the Super Cup runners up here, Serie A champion, no Champions League in here, But maybe that's still to come. He's only 25 years old, actually, at this stage. And have a look at these attributes. So many green attributes, which I think is what we're looking for. Not the best physicals. I mean, they're really good physicals. I'm being highly critical, obviously, at this stage. He's got great natural fitness, really good balance and agility. Not the quickest at 14 pace, 14 acceleration. Not the strongest and not the tallest. I mean, I am being critical because maybe I should be focusing on these mentals. They're outrageous, aren't they? They are 20 vision with 17 passing. This is a deep line playmaker. I should mention as well, he's a central midfielder, deep lying midfielder. And we've got one other deep line midfielder to compare him to for the next new gen as well. We don't quite know what his decisions are because he doesn't play for our team anymore, but they're going to be between 18 and 20. So quite good. Anticipation, the same thing. Composure's amazing. Leadership, he's a leader as well, which I do love. The work rate's there. Look at the 18 technique. He's just an orchestrator in this midfield. I actually am a big fan of Nichols Filipovsky, and yeah, I think he deserves his £300,000 per week at AC Milan. Let's have a look at this AC Milan team that he's playing in. I want to see just how they're fitting him in. I mean, he's not actually in the team, according to this here. Is that because of an injury? He's just not in there. He's wanted. He's played 35 games, so he does usually play for them. I suppose that's okay then. He's wanted by Liverpool. I mean, maybe you could go and see him become why is Gareth Southgate the AC Milan manager? I'm sorry to let that derail everything, but what's going on there? Who's the England manager then? I want to... Right. Just, of course, it's Mourinho. He takes the England job quite a lot in FM, doesn't he? I can't see it myself in real life. Anyway, Nichols Filipovsky. Very good. Let's go through to our final new gen of today's video. And that player is Masayuki Tanaka, courtesy of Gambling Blues. Thank you very much for submitting your defensive midfielder here. Only 21. We need to consider that fact here when we're thinking about how good he could possibly be. Are we going to have that involved in our own decisions here? He's got amazing pros, not many cons. Consistency being one in there. Maybe that needs to be worked out of him. He's got a good personality though. Only 5'6". Now, the thing about him is you may be looking at his attributes and thinking, is he all that? I think he will be at some stage in his career, but I could understand why you would say that. Brilliant mentals, pretty good technicals in the right places, like his passing, tackling, technique are good. First touch is really good. Only 8 finishing, 8 crossing, 7 heading. He's only 5'6". He's only little, is Masayuki. The thing to consider about Masayuki Tanaka is that he came through at Kashima Antlers whilst Gambling Blues was the manager there. He was a player that came through your own youth intake, and I think that always adds something to a new gen. It definitely adds to their story and maybe your feeling towards them, right? I think he can be really good, and I think he's performing pretty well here. Look, £2.5 million he was bought for. I assume he's not won all that much in terms of... I mean, he's won the Bundesliga and he's won the Champions League. So does that add something over the other DMs that we're seeing so far? You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments of today's video. He's been Bundesliga champion a couple of times and won this Champions League in this most recent season, I believe. Although actually we're in August here. So do we have a Champions part? Hang on a minute. How do I even find that? They're the holders anyway. I'm not going to bother. Is it last season? There it is. Look, winners. They won 2-0 against PSG in the final. So fair play. In Baku. Very nice. That's where we're going to leave it for today. I'll just go back to his profile so that you can have a proper look at him before we go. I am asking, I'm begging, I'm pleading. Please do leave me these comments down below. Let me know what you think of these players. We've had a couple of goalies. We've had a right back. We've had 2 defensive midfielders. Who do you prefer out of those? I will try and put a little pinned comment that says who they are so that you can remember. Maybe they'll be time stamped as well if I can get around to doing that. But I need your feedback ready for next video where we'll maybe keep going through and maybe do some more attacking players. There's definitely some more midfielders in there too. And please submit your own players. If you look at these players and think they're rubbish, I've got better, prove it by submitting. I need the save file as well. I want to actually see them in all their glory rather than just a screenshot. Okay? Thank you so much for watching today. Hope you enjoy this type of thing. There's loads more to come of this. We'll turn it into a little series, right? Loads more to come. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. But most importantly, have a lovely rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.